Very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty? The shots are kicking in.
Hulihin mo yan. Hulihin mo yan.
He's not chasing me.
I know.
Hello.
It's wild how fast everything flipped, because more than 9 months have now passed since OG YouTuber turned full-on IRL streamer Vitaly found himself locked down overseas, and not in a good way at all. He was detained in the Philippines after authorities labeled his behavior as straight-up disruptive, accusing him of being a public nuisance and harassing multiple people in public spaces, including several police officers who weren't having it at all. This wasn't treated like some slap-on-the-wrist situation either. One official, John Vic Marula, reportedly took this case personally and pushed hard to make sure Vitaly didn't walk away, thinking this was a joke. The goal was clear: make an example out of him and send a message to every other streamer watching. But things spiraled even faster after Vitaly showed zero remorse during a press conference about his freedom. Instead of keeping it low, he mocked Rama and the entire justice system, laughing it off and even clapping for himself when the court played clips of his own nuisance behavior like it was entertainment.
It's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talagang we made a conscious decision not to have him deported.
After all that chaos, everything went quiet real fast, and for a long stretch, there was barely any solid news about what was really happening to Vitaly inside the system. The only updates trickling out were reports that he was being shuffled through different jails, moving from place to place without much explanation, which only made the situation feel darker and more unpredictable. A few leaked images even popped up hinting that he had been baptized while locked up, sparking nonstop debate online. Beyond that, the only thing people felt confident about was how brutal those facilities can be. These jails are known for being overcrowded, unsanitary, and straight up miserable, with conditions that would break most people mentally and physically. Then things got even uglier.
And not only that, he may just move to another Asian country and do the same thing, right? For his content.
Both the United States and Russia made it crystal clear they would not accept Vitaly as a deportee from the Philippines. That left him stuck in limbo, basically a man with nowhere to land, like being trapped in someone else's system with no exit plan. For nearly 6 months, it was pure radio silence after that. But now, suddenly, everything changed. Just about a week ago, wild rumors exploded online claiming something horrible happened to Vitaly, including fake stories saying his hands were cut off in jail.
Vitaly Sodorobetsky. Yeah. Good evening. Okay, here's your Miranda rights. Okay?
Sir.
You have the right to remain silent.
Di po namin siya i-deport. Mananagot siya sa batas dito sa Pilipinas.
That turned out to be total nonsense though, because new images and videos surfaced proving he's still very much intact, messy situation and all. So this is what Vitaly is looking like right now. And yeah, the transformation is wild. He's rocking a thick grown-out beard and long messy hair that makes him almost unrecognizable compared to before. Honestly, the whole look feels unhinged, like he's been off the grid way too long. The stress is written all over his face, and you can tell time hasn't been kind to him at all. From another angle, the hair is curling and hanging down the back of his neck, looking completely out of control. It really drives home how much these past 9 months seem to have taken a toll on him, physically and mentally. This isn't just a glow down, it's a full-on crash-out era. Now let's talk about the footage from yesterday's press conference, where Rama officially announced Vitaly's deportation. One thing is clear, he's not coming back to America anytime soon. Most of the conference was spoken in Filipino, but the translated message made everything hit even harder. Rama confirmed that Vitaly would be deported to his home country of Russia. The crazy part is, as far as anyone knows, Vitaly doesn't even have real ties there anymore. No close family, no real support system, nothing solid to fall back on. His mother currently lives in the US, and during all this chaos, Vitaly was caught snapping back on camera, yelling, "Shut up, Chad! Stop scam! My mom!" The whole moment felt tense, awkward, and honestly hard to watch. So yeah, on paper, this is technically a win for him, because at least he's finally free from that cell. But freedom doesn't automatically mean a fresh start, and that part is getting overlooked fast. Nobody really knows what kind of life Vitaly plans to build over there, and let's be real, the chances of him being allowed back into America anytime soon look slim at best, which is going to hit his online career hard.
Let this be a reminder to all our visitors here in the Philippines that we always welcome tourists and visitors. We treat them with respect, we accept them, and we expect them to follow the same rules as we follow the same rules when we travel. We have no ill feelings against Vitaly. He has served this time and he has shown his remorse, and he is now a free man when he goes back to Russia.
What he's saying now is that all of his legal cases in the Philippines are officially closed, so the deportation process is supposed to move forward from here. That said, officials admitted they're still figuring out exactly where he'll end up landing, which shows how messy this whole situation still is. Another key detail that raised eyebrows is the fact that Vitaly does have a green card in the United States, but at the same time, he's still a Russian citizen by origin, which puts him in this strange legal gray zone that complicates everything. And just look at his face this time around. The jokes are gone, the clown energy is dead, and the seriousness is loud. We don't know what he experienced in there, what conditions he endured, or how many nights broke him mentally while being crammed into overcrowded cells with strangers. Barely any space, barely any peace, and zero control over his situation. At that point, the message was loud and clear. Get out of my sight and don't try this again. And honestly, the authorities did exactly what they set out to do. They made a very public example out of Vitaly without dragging this mess on for endless years, which probably would have crossed into overkill territory. In the end, it feels like they got their point across while keeping things contained. And if we're being real, Vitaly pushed boundaries and ended up facing real consequences for it. Now here's where things start getting really interesting. The big question is what life actually looks like for Vitaly once he lands back in Russia, and how that move could completely flip his online career upside down. Reports say he's headed to Moscow, which caught a lot of people off guard. When it comes to streaming in Russia, especially IRL content, the rules are no joke. You technically can stream, but the restrictions are heavy. Monetization on YouTube is basically off the table, which a lot of people didn't even realize. On top of that, major Western apps can be blocked or limited, and live content faces extra scrutiny. Platforms like TikTok come with serious limitations too, meaning his usual chaos-style content might not even survive over there. If this is true, Vitaly isn't just changing countries. He's stepping into a completely different digital world with way less freedom. So let's really break this down, because the situation gets even tighter from here. Instagram and Facebook are blocked. There's no TikTok live streaming allowed, and YouTube monetization has been shut down in Russia since 2022. That alone already cuts the legs out from under the kind of content Vitaly built his name on. And if he even thinks about going back to his old habits, acting reckless in public, or pushing boundaries for shock value, Russia has strict internet laws and heavy censorship around what they consider hostile or disruptive content. That's a problem because that exact style is what made up most of his career. From the early prank days, to the edgy viral clips, to the controversial street content, and finally the nuisance streams that landed him in this mess, that whole lane is basically closed now. So moving forward, everything is a question mark. We'll have to wait and see what path Vitaly takes from here, because the old playbook clearly won't work anymore. On a human level though, it's a relief that he didn't disappear completely or end up in a far worse situation. Personally, it does feel like he served a fair amount of time for what he did, and the consequences finally caught up. But now, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you see this whole situation playing out. And as always, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with a friend, and I'll catch you on the next one.